Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I will be doing a short little book review on the latest book that I read. For book of the month, this was my February choice, and so I chose The Girl with the Louding Voice. I looked up how to say her name. Someone pronounced it Abidare, so that's how I will be pronouncing it. But this is her debut novel, and so again, I was really excited. I love debut novels. I think they're really fun, and you get to see, this new voice from this new author. So this follows the story of a young Nigerian girl named Adunni, and she's living in this really poor village in Nigeria. She's about 14 years old, and she lives with her mother, her father, her older brother, and her younger brother, and they're very poor. But more than anything, all Adunni wants in life is an education and to go to school and to become a teacher and teach kids like herself and give them opportunities that she really had to fight for. Unfortunately, when we open up to this story, her mother has passed away from cancer. This is obviously really devastating to Adunni. Her mother was her idol, her everything, her protector, and really stood up for Adunni, which was really important because her father was not the best guy. He was kind of an alcoholic and really not a good father, and so Adunni knew her mother's gone, her life is not going to go how she wants it to go. So again, as a young Nigerian girl, she was really valuable too, and so her father, being the great guy that he was, decided that he wanted money for a TV and a couch. And so he decides to sell Adunni as a bride to this really old man in the village. He was 70 years old. And so that went directly against what the mother wanted, what Adunni's mother wanted. Her dad promised not to sell her. And then the second that she dies, he does. And so obviously, again, this is devastating for her. She knows once she becomes a bride and, starts having kids, she has no chance of getting an education. So she is very much against this, and really, wants her father to change his mind and not do this. But he's dead set on, getting this money. And so she finds herself living with this really old guy in the village, and he already has 2 wives. And so it's just not the best place for her. Something really terrible happens, and she does find herself leaving this house and heading to Lagos, which is a huge city in Nigeria. It's really modern skyscrapers, running water, electricity, things like that. And so it's kind of confusing, but she's kind of sold as a housemaid. And so she becomes a housemaid at this huge mansion that is owned by this really strange lady named Big Madam. She's really rich. She owns a fabric company, and she has her husband living there as well. His name is Big Daddy. He sucks as well. She just keeps finding herself in these terrible situations. And now she pretty much knows that her dreams are over. She's never gonna get an education. And so that is where I'm gonna stop talking about the plot and what happens, because I don't want to spoil anything. But truly, the main, shining light in this book is Adunni. I absolutely loved her. For being 14, she's seen so much. She's been through so much. She's just trying to do the right thing by everyone and always be nice and kind, and for the most part that just doesn't do anything for her. She still finds herself in these terrible situations and people really treating her terribly. And she's so courageous. She still has these dreams and still wants them to happen and make them a reality, and just everything is going against her. And I've been really obsessed with reading novels about really strong women because I find them really inspiring, especially as a 14-year-old. Come on. She's so amazing and just fights for what's right. And, stuff like this is still occurring. I don't know if I mentioned, but this does take place modern day, 2017. And so before each chapter, at the beginning of each chapter, it has a fun fact about either Nigeria or Africa or Lagos. I think one fact was like Nigeria is the second richest country in Africa, which I had no idea. Like I knew it was big, but I had no idea. Like there are like millionaires living there, and like priests have so much money that live there, and I just knew none of that. But along with that, there is still so much poverty, and slavery and child slavery is still happening right now in Nigeria, in Africa, and all over the world. And I love that this was a voice for that because, you know, we think slavery is gone. Hey, you know, but it's not. And which is like such an unfortunate thing that we have to face. But it talks about how, you know, huge organizations know about this kind of stuff and they're trying to put a stop to it, but there's still millions of slaves in today's world. So I absolutely loved this book. Something else I want to mention, Aduni's voice, like the way that Abidare writes for her is like not perfect English. It's very broken up, which is kind of like a main point in the novel as well. She's trying to learn English. And I think that just like really was endearing for Aduni's character and really made it more authentic. And so that's kind of how you get the title of the book. She doesn't speak perfect English. She wants this like loud voice and to be the voice for these children and these people put in her circumstance and to make a change. So the girl with the louding voice I thought was pretty cute. But yeah, I absolutely love this book. I flew through it. I just wanted to know what happened in the end. And you just can't help but root for her in every dire circumstance that she's put in. Like, you know that she's going to pull through because she is such a strong character. And again, like her age just amazed me. I know that she is like a fictional character, but I know that there's people like this, like out there, and these young women that are really fighting the system and trying to make a change and make a better future for us. And I love a book with like something meaningful and something you can learn, and I think that this was definitely that. And especially for being a debut novel, I thought this was so strong, and I can't wait to see what else she comes out with because this was just so well done. I really, really enjoyed it. I think I gave it 4 out of 5 stars. So yeah, that's my little review on this book. If you read it, let me know what you think about it down below. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.